for KJ Morris. I waited 12 hours to hear the news, trembling and sobbing, propped up only by the false hope that comes from silence. If no news is good news, then imagine a nationwide broadcast dedicated to your presumed dead friend, to the brutal end she met, to the crumbs scavenged by hungry reporters vulturing you for sound bites. Imagine how the preemptive mourning of strangers must feel when all you want, all you need, is for her to be alive. Before her name was even counted among the fallen, social media soared with hashtag #WeAreOrlando. You are not Orlando. You have already forgotten Orlando. You didn't stand in front of her casket, see her clay-colored skin caked with the wrong shade of makeup, hair coiffed by a strange man who didn't know a damn thing about texturizer, probably forgot her sports bra, probably put her in one of those ones that lifts and separates, kept calling her Kimberly. The blue bow tie was the brightest thing about that day. Only real piece of KJ in that coffin. She wasn't even there, didn't show up to her own funeral, must have known what it would be like. Paparazzi parked on the sidewalk, random acquaintances spitting vacant eulogies, telling me how they were there, how they got out of the club just in time, or they met her once and she seemed nice, all of them trying to get a slice of that limelight. Can somebody please explain why tragedy is contagious in the worst way? Why we favor the gruesome over the mundane? Somehow the pain of others assuages what ails us, however ephemerally. See, you don't know how to mourn the dead in America. You wait for the bullets to spread, the lead to lead too many dead to God's gates, and then you try to fill the gaping hole the soul leaves with Hillary talking about gun control, Donald about Muslims, temporary Facebook profile pictures, apologies from the assassin's father, as if a brown death, a queer death isn't enough to cover the screens, the airways, the pages, as if it didn't cover the floors, the walls, the exits. We have not forgotten. We are Orlando, and we deserved that. That most sacred part of death. We earned the right to grieve truly and not have our anguish appropriated. You were not forced to shrink 7 years of friendship into a 1-minute anecdote. Her grandmother cupped my hand in the receiving line, and she smiled at me, and I smiled, and I cried and cried and cried. I told her how many times KJ had helped me move, how big her heart was, tried to sew the broken memories into something that might hold us all together. We are Orlando, and for a moment, just one moment, we want you to remember all 49 of them.